We're looking at our investigation at the Barnumton Cemetery, which at one time we thought was abandoned. Apparently it's not. I found out there are people that actually do go out there and take care of the place. Okay. I just want to play this one little bit of a piece here, this right here, to show that this is what we were supposed to do, and it didn't go through. We were supposed to be investigating this abandoned house in Max Creek. There were some safety issues. I got molested by ticks. I actually ended up, I pulled like 8 ticks off of me when I got home.
Gosh.
I had some.
And it was them suckers with the little white dot on the back of them.
Right. Oh boy, oh boy. Those are bad.
Those are, I'm from Mississippi, and we used to call those Rocky Mountain spotted fever ticks.
That's what we call
You
them
didn't
there.
get to see that.
Yeah, that's
No,
not,
I did not.
that's the house right there.
That's the house, yeah.
Wow.
That's the outside of the house. There's the barn. And it
Wow.
looks creepy. This over here is what I think was a slave quarters. The lady that was there told me she thought it might have been some kind of corn crib. But to me it looks like a slave quarters. And she said it was built in like the mid-1800s. This is what used to be a chicken coop. And to me it just looked like it was way too dangerous to even try to go in. So I just took some video outside of it. It just looked like it was about to fall apart at any moment. But that's the old chicken coop. Anyway, that's what you didn't see while we were there. Now, since we didn't get to do that one because it was too unsafe, Marine and Ted made a decision that they didn't want it to be a complete loss. Ted had brought his generator with him. We did this cemetery back in 2019. Never thought we'd ever go back. They made the decision, we're going to go to do this cemetery since it is close by. So Ted had to go back home and take care of his dog, so me and Lorraine stayed out here. I set up camera 1 on that first corner over there. Not actually, it wasn't actually in the corner. The corner was all overtaken with brush and trees. So I had to move down a little bit from the corner and kind of aim it. I had to try to eyeball these cameras because we didn't have no power at the time. We didn't have the generator cranked up yet. I set up camera 2 way down there on the fence line, almost to the corner, but not quite. It seemed like all these corners except for 2. Well, 1. One corner wasn't highly overgrown. This one was, so I had to kind of move away down along the fence line and set it up right there. Never thought we'd be able to come back here.
Oh, I know.
I was wondering if we was ever going to get the chance to come
Nice.
back.
It worked out perfectly this time.
Camera 3 was when we started actually losing our daylight a little bit, so, but I took out camera 3 and set it on this corner right here. This one I was actually able to get right at the corner of it, right there. And that was funny right there because it actually sat there without me having to hold it. And I was like joking. I was like, "Oh, cool! I never seen that do that before." I actually set it up there, and it actually stayed by itself. I didn't have to hold it while I tied it down. And then camera 4, we were actually losing a lot of our daylight, so she didn't quite get the focus right because she couldn't see. But we set this camera. This is the camera that's actually closest to the cars and the generator. In that 4th corner. All right. It is Friday night, June the 16th. We are at the Barnumton Cemetery. If I can get this thing to focus. There we go. Ted's brought us out a generator so we can run our CCTV system. We got one camera in each corner of the cemetery. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine both the blooper reel and the regular video together because we only got 3 bloopers. And I don't see no reason to make a whole total another video. So, first thing we're going to do is look at our bloopers. You can hear that Ted's generator running.
Yeah.
Naturally, we could say we did not catch any EVPs.
I'm gonna pull a Brittany.
You know what Brittany did down there in West Plains? When she turned the camera towards me and went, ah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, we know there was millions upon millions of bugs out there.
Oh, man.
I couldn't tell you that.
It was bad.
It was bad. I had them flying in my ear. I had them flying in my mouth.
I might have ate some.
God damn it, I'm getting attacked by these bugs again. God damn it, get out. Ooh, they're flying in my ear.
Yeah.
I had these suckers literally flew into my ear over here. It was ugh. Okay, this last one, this is the cicada. Have you ever had a cicada either fly by you or dive bomb into you? Have you ever heard their wings, the sound they make?
They're loud.
It sounds like a, you ever heard a transformer blow?
Yeah.
Or get struck by lightning? It makes that bzzz. That's what a cicada sounds like. And I had this sucker hit me. I had 2 of them hit me. But that's not the only. I've combined a whole bunch of bloopers into one here. And I am getting molested by bugs over here. Motherfucker, I'm getting molested. Jesus. Goddamn bugs. Oh, shit. You hear that? It flew right into me. I just got attacked by a cicada. Good God, look at all these bugs.
Oh, man, they're terrible.
Yeah, don't yawn. Oh, shit. Damn it. I just got attacked by another cicada. And their wings buzzing. It sounds like electricity buzz. Ugh.
Hey, the first blooper reel I ain't been in.
Wow.
That's because you sat in your car the whole time.
Watch the monitors doing my job.
Okay. So what we're going to do. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the photos we got from the last time we were there back in 2019. We had camcorders with us. We didn't have a generator to power those. We didn't even have a CCTV system back then. And all we had was our camcorders and our cameras. And we didn't get any video at all of anything useful. All we got was a few photos. We got out there at like 9 o'clock, and by 11 all the batteries were dead. So we didn't actually get to stay out there very long. Okay, so we're gonna look at the photos that we got last time. And this first one, Brittany took this one. And when I first saw it, I thought it was a tombstone. It looks like one of them big, tall things. But if you look at it, you can see right through it. You can see the tree branches behind it. You can see the foliage. So whatever this is, it doesn't, it can't be a tombstone because you can't be able to see through a tombstone. There's something else there. And after looking at it, I realized, okay, you've got what looks like a head right here. There's an arm, the body. I'm thinking it's an apparition. That's what it looks like to me. The next one, Brittany took this one too. The problem I have with this one, it does look like what you might call an orb. The only problem I have with it is it's not video. You can't see where it's moving. You can't see what it's doing. And I have to accept the possibility that it could possibly be some kind of headlight off the road, maybe. But it did look really good at the time, so I kept it. Next one, Brittany took this one too. This is some kind of weird looking mist of some kind. And I remember when we did this investigation, I was dying for a smoke. But I didn't want to smoke around none of the cameras. So when everybody was talking about all their batteries were dead, I asked Brittany, I said, "Are you sure your batteries are dead?" She said, "Yeah, they're not doing anything." So I went out and grabbed a smoke. I didn't grab a smoke till after the camera batteries were all dead. So there's no way this is me smoking. This is something else. This is the best thing we got from last time.
Yep.
So this is the wide shot. This is the picture that Lorene took. And she sent this to me and asked me to look at it. And I looked at it, all I see is the grass. I see what looks like a tombstone maybe back there. I'm like, what am I supposed to be looking at? Okay, so she sends me another one, but this time it's been circled. And she circled that, and I'm like, okay, I see something. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. So I put it into my photo program, and I zoomed in on it, and that's what I saw. And we posted this on the Facebook page for Paranormal Caught on Camera, and we posted it on our Facebook page. Now we're going to get into the stuff. Okay. The first thing we're going to do is go through the debunking stuff. So this first one, Ted said he was seeing something in camera one. He said it looked like
right there.
Said it looked like a snowman.
Snowman.
You're gonna die when I tell you what this is. But there's your little snowman. Kind of bobs up and down and weaves around. Notice the time, 12:04. Okay. Okay, I was telling you guys that to me it looked like either some kind of maybe a spider web or a silkworm, maybe something blowing in the wind. But you were both saying you didn't think the wind was blowing. So I want to play that real quick, just to.
If the wind was blowing, the bugs wouldn't have bugged you as bad.
Not necessarily true. Lorene was talking about she smelled a skunk.
Yeah.
Ted said something, but I couldn't make out what he said. So that's where y'all were talking about the wind not blowing.
Yeah, with the fleece.
Right. But I can debunk that. The wind was blowing, you just didn't feel it. You'll hear the audio of you two talking. I had to raise up the sound so you could hear you talking. But I want you to watch right down here. See that? That's a spider web blowing in the wind. There's a thing that I learned about in my science classes when I was in college. There was this thing called the butterfly effect. butterfly effect basically says if a butterfly flap swings in New York, you get rain instead of sunshine in China.
Yep.
Basic idea is when something creates a wind or it blows like that. That wind keeps going. It doesn't stop. It'll keep going. If it hits something, it'll find a way around it, but it keeps going. The wind's always moving. You can't, just because you don't feel it doesn't mean it's not blowing. So now we're going to go back to the snowman. This is what you were actually seeing. I'm starting before you saw it. This is before you saw it. Watch right over here. See that?
Yeah.
That's a bug. It just got caught in a spider's web.
Oh, crap.
Okay, let me tell you about these particular spiders. I remember these when I took zoology class. There's a particular species of spider. They're called tree spiders. What they do is they string down one little strand of silk until they find a spot to attach it to. Then they climb back up to the branch or the tree, wherever it was that they were sitting at. They sit there and they wait on that strand to move, to let them know they've got food waiting. Here, I've slowed it down. That's what I think this was. This was a tree spider with that single strand of webbing, and it caught him a bug. So I've slowed it down. You're going to see the wings flapping on this bug when he comes into the screen right here. And then boom, he gets caught.
Bugs claims the snowman.
Stupid spider rained it off.
Yeah. What about the snake?
Yeah,
Oh,
what
wait a
is
minute.
the
I'm
snake?
gonna get to that. It's not a snake.
Well, we know it's not a
Probably
snake,
another
but
stupid spider.
You're going to shit when I show you what this is. Anyway, this next one, this is camera 4. You said you were seeing something kind of moving in and out of the camera. You didn't know what it was. See right here? Here comes Lorraine with her flashlight to see what it is. You're going to see me come out of the fence over here. I'm coming out here with this, because you just handed me the monitor screen. But y'all said y'all were seeing something kind of moving in and out. See right there?
yeah.
It's a spider web. That's what y'all were seeing. So we'll cut that one short. What's the next one? That's more of the spider web. I just put this on here to show you. See it right when it moves up and down right there. Now, this is before y'all saw it, so. Short. We're kind of strapped for time. Okay, the thing in the camera, this is what we thought was a snake.
Well, we just called it a snake. We knew
Yeah.
it wasn't a snake.
We didn't know what this thing
Right.
was. And it just kept darting in and out of the camera. You see that
Yeah.
big bug?
Yeah, that looked like one of
Fly
those
by.
moth things that we had outside here.
That's like-
Yep.
But we couldn't figure out what this thing was. To me, it looked like a snake.
Right? That's why we called it
And
snake.
I was scared to death of something messing with my cameras over there, you know.
Coming down from the tree or
Yeah.
something.
I didn't know what this thing was. Okay, here's where it comes back in to the camera again after it disappeared for a while. But we didn't have a clue what this thing was. It showed up again. Tinkering around with the camera. And you hear Lorraine, I see it again. And then of course we went out there with our flashlights and we didn't see anything. We didn't know, we couldn't figure out what it was. Here's where it shows up in camera 1. So it switched to a different camera on us.
Yeah, this was close to the end, yeah. 242.
And you can hear us talking in the car. What is that? It's in camera 1 now. Okay. So, in order to explain what we've got here, we're going to start with this one. What I want you to do is watch right down here. You're going to see something moving around, then it's going to climb up the fence. See, there he goes.
Yeah. That's that animal that we see. That we thought was a chipmunk.
I thought it was a bat. When I say that thing, it looked like it was flying across the
really?
screen. That's actually the next thing I'm
Our
going to show
squirrel.
you. Now, this is what we all saw when we were watching the monitor. When I saw that, it looked like it was flying. I thought it was a bat, but it wasn't flying. It's the way the tail moves.
I was gonna say that's
what we thought were wings. It was,
Oh
it was
my
its tail.
gosh.
It was its tail.
What is it?
Is it a squirrel?
Squirrels don't have tails like that.
I was gonna
Not
say,
like
I
that,
think
yeah.
so, but
I mean, squirrels have fluffy tails. That just looked like a tail. Possum. Baby possum.
I've slowed it down. Like I said, you're gonna shit when I tell you what this is. It actually came back to the camera again, crawling along the top of the fence up there. See him? He's gonna stop and jump.
the heck?
Is it a rat?
Hang on. I'll tell you in just a second.
She rode 2 of them.
Slow it down a little bit. See that little tail whipping back here? You see his ears up here? And when you get close enough to the camera, you see his whiskers. That's a big ass rat.
That is huge.
He is huge.
Holy crap.
And when you go back and you watch the video of his tail hanging down in front of the camera that we thought was a snake,
Yeah.
that should tell you something.
Right. That's
The fact that he is sitting
yeah.
on top of the camera
Yeah.
Oh my
and his
god.
tail is on the other end in front of the camera, that should tell you how tight I had that camera tied
right,
down.
right, because the camera
It
wasn't moving.
It didn't move.
Right.
Holy crap.
I had
So that was
crap.
the snake.
I had that sucker tied down tight.
Oh my gosh.
It was a rat.
Oh.
Big ass
Wow.
rat.
I mean,
Oh,
and that's not counting the tail.
I know.
oh
know.
my gosh. So that's what we saw run across the back end.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's what we thought was a squirrel or a
Okay.
chipmunk.
So this, Ted said he saw something flashing in camera 3. This is what Ted saw. Or this is what I think Ted saw when he said he saw something flash and crawling in front of the screen. This is what Ted actually saw. I think he might have blinked and missed some of it. Watch right here. See this?
Is that the rat
There,
again?
no. There's a big ass bug crawling on that barbed wire fence.
Oh my gosh.
Big son of a gun.
Oh, yep. I remember when I seen this.
When he gets up to the camera, you're gonna see the part that you saw where something flashes in front of the screen. You gotta give him a minute to get up to the camera. saw a little bit of him right there in that corner, but he's gonna come back big over here. Watch this.
Oh
It's a
my.
spider.
That's a spider.
Oh my God, the thing was huge.
It was huge. Big spider.
And he was out there with them.
Oh! That's just.
Okay, for this next one, we're gonna look at a photograph. This
People
is
wonder
the,
why
this is
it's
the
the
photograph
wire
that
car.
Lorene took.
Send Maureen out there.
This is the photograph that Lorene took, and I guess you posted it like on Facebook or something.
Mhm, Facebook Live.
And it, I have to admit, it's got kind of a form to it. As long as you're, because you're basically looking at darkness
Yeah, that's,
with the flash pin there.
that's true.
Now, I asked you where you were when you took this photo, and we'll go back to your snowman because it gives us a perspective of the view. Okay. You said you were standing right about in here,
Yeah, I believe so.
which gives about 10, 15 feet away from the fence maybe, but I'm thinking you might have been a little bit closer than you thought you were because you actually caught a good view of the fence line in your photo. I'm going to show you this. Now here's something I did. I took this photo and lightened it up, and to me it looks to me like you've got a stalk or something right here, and maybe a stalk is bent maybe or something, and some foliage. It didn't occur to me at the time until later when I was going through all this. I noticed this right here.
That's a fence.
That's a
post.
fence
That's
post.
fence line.
And then right here, that's a fence post.
Ah,
So I knew you were closer to the fence than you thought you were.
yeah.
But anyway, I made the outlines of what I thought it was. It looks like you got a stalk here. Looks like you got a stalk that's bent maybe right here, and there's some foliage. And then of course the fence post here, I didn't see that before, and the fence post here, I didn't see those till later. But anyway, now you did make a point, and I always applaud you or anybody else for doing this. This is awesome stuff to do. Whenever somebody points out something, we always want to thank them for helping us out with that. So I want to play the video, well, mainly the audio.
We had a viewer notice something from a picture I took. We really appreciate that.
Yeah. We always want to thank somebody for pointing stuff out to us, even though it may eventually turn out not to be what we thought it was. So what I did was I went back out there just to be sure. 2 weeks after the investigation, I went back out there Saturday the 26th or 27th, I think. I took one of my camcorders with me, and I walked around this place for about 45 minutes before I finally found this. I was only partially right. I was partially right.
Yeah,
There's the stalk. What I thought was a stalk that was bent was actually a half rotted
Right.
tree limb.
Aha.
This
Yep.
is what you took a picture of. And
Yep.
Yeah, it's bent. And
That's
yeah.
it. That's it.
This right here, there's your head of your creature right there.
Right.
There goes my fancy. fancy kitty. Man.
So yeah,
Delete that picture out of the phone.
I debunked your photos, so sorry
I was
about
hoping
that.
it was a fancy.
No, I mean, don't be sorry about that.
Okay, now we're getting
I'm
into
glad.
stuff that we cannot explain. So you were getting a lot of K2 hits out there.
Yes.
I only saved 3 of them because I didn't want to have a whole bunch of different files of 3 seconds of K2 hits.
Right.
It just, it's boring. It gets boring after a while.
Well, I'm sure.
Honestly, some people don't want to see them. I understand you get K2 hits, but can you please show something else? But I kept 3 of them. I had to switch the camera over from night vision to day vision.
We're getting something.
Yeah.
There's no electricity out here. Within like 100 yards, barely a minute.
Yeah, there's no electricity out there whatsoever. The closest electrical power lines are like 100 yards away at the road over there. So she shouldn't have been getting anything.
Yeah, nothing.
Alright.
Now, if she
And
was
then we
close
got-
to the generator, would she get K2?
She wasn't
hits
anywhere
from it?
even near the.
But if she
Yeah,
was,
I
would
would
you
have.
get K2
I don't
hits
know.
from that?
I don't know. You'd have to test that. You got
I'd
your
probably-
you got your K2. You can
Yeah.
test that. So
Yeah.
Yep. I bet we could.
seeing as how the generator does generate power, you shouldn't be able to pick it up. I would
Right, but
think.
I mean, that was way out of
Yeah,
the
we were
cemetery
way
too,
out.
Yeah.
so.
That's the second one, and then I got this last one. This is where she tried to debunk it because she thought maybe she was picking up her phone. So she's holding it out like this. She's got her phone over here. She's
Right.
trying to make sure she's not picking up her phone. That was one of the better and more impressive K2 hits I saw that night.
Yeah.
They hit that third light. As soon as they hit that third light, I knew we had something. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that short. This was, I was walking around with the thermal trying to get video, and I'm right in the middle of doing this. I've got the flashlight on the thermal so I can see where I'm going. Watching what happens here as I'm walking around.
What the hell?
The whole thing just went blank. Flashlight and
I don't know
everything.
why, but my thermal went dead there for a second.
You can see my battery power.
Yeah.
I only used up one bar.
Hillary, I'm not sure exactly why, but I just had my thermal go dead for a second, and I had to turn it back on. And it's showing almost a full battery.
You see the flying roaches crawling on the screen.
Yeah, I seen that.
Flashlight and everything turned off.
So we got that unexplained. Now this, you might have glanced away from the screen. Maybe you didn't see this when it happened. Okay, you're going to see what looks like a lens flare, basically. See that? Looks like a lens flare, right?
Yeah.
One problem though. I almost just missed this because I thought it was us with our flashlights. But I went back to one of the other cameras just to be sure. Okay, this is camera 3 looking directly at camera 2. That's the camera 2 where the lens flare is. In order for that to be a lens flare, me and Lorraine would have to be somewhere close by that camera with our flashlights flashing at it in order for it to create a lens flare like that. So I want you to watch. 11:57:19 is when the lens flare occurs. There's no lights anywhere, and we're back in our cars. We weren't out there with a flashlight anywhere.
Right.
So now I'm wanting to go back and go, hey, wait a minute, what have we got? What is this? Did you see that right there?
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a light in the woods right there that flies by. See right there?
Be darned. Yep.
Like it broke off too.
Yeah. Okay. So this leads me into the subject of sky rods. While we were out there, there was millions of bugs flying around. we had hundreds, literally hundreds of sky rods, what looked like sky rods in the screen of her phone, my camera, everything. And she was recording Facebook Live, and she was saying, don't pay no attention to these zigzaggy looking things, they're nothing. Can't actually say that because we don't know what those things were. They could, some of them, I will admit, some of them could have been bugs.
Right.
But there's a possibility some of them weren't. And that leads me back to this video where you got what, I don't know what this is, flying through the woods with a light aimed at the camera. You got people on one side of the fence that say sky rides are spiritual in nature, but then you got the other side of the fence where people are saying, no, it's UFO related. We just don't know. So the fact that you got this thing creating this lens flare leads me, I can't help but wonder, is it spiritual or is it UFO related? I don't know. I don't know.
Man.
I don't know. It could go either way.
It could. It could.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
So we got that. This is something I actually showed this to Lorraine. I said I had to clip the video down really just to be able to send it to her because it kept saying file too big. But this is the whole video that I wanted to show you that I couldn't. I was walking around with the thermal, and you're going to hear me talking in the video. You're going to hear me saying, oh, here's a tombstone, here's another tombstone, here's Lorraine, here's another tombstone. At that moment, I glanced up to kind of look around. So when this happened, I missed it. Because I just happened to glance up a minute, and then I was looking back down at the screen again. This is where I missed. You're going to hear me talking. 2 headstones. See that?
Wow, that was fast.
I know.
There's 2 headstones. Big headstone. That's Lorraine. His son.
Dang.
I don't know what that is. Flashed across the thermal real quick. So here I've got it on a loop, so it's repeating over and over. I don't know what that is.
My gosh.
Yeah, right there. I see it.
Mm-hmm.
Might be that big ass rat.
Wanted to be in the
He got a
picture.
lot bigger then.
It might be his daddy.
Okay. This one, I thought about sending you this, but I wasn't sure if you'd be able to see it because it's so faint. If I'd have blinked, I would have missed it. Okay, this is in camera 2. And I'm not going to tell you where to look. I'm just going to say try to watch as much of the screen as you can and see if you see it. You see it? You see it? Watch again. See it? Alright.
You got pointed out.
You're going to be looking right here in this general area. You're going to see something. I don't know what this is. You see it?
I thought I seen a face.
I don't think it's a face, but it's something. You see it? It was right in here.
Yeah. that again. Yep, I've seen it.
The
I
heck?
don't know what it is.
Now, I wanted to see if it was what I thought it was. I'm not going to tell you right off the bat what I thought it was, but I will tell you what. Based on what I thought it was, I went back to the other cameras just to check and see if this is what I think it is. Then I can explain why it doesn't show up on camera 1. In the camera 2 view, this thing, whatever it is, shows up out here. It's outside the view of camera 1, so that explains why camera 1 didn't catch it. And I also went to camera 3, and I can say that if it is what I think it is, this is camera 2 right here. We're looking from the direction of camera 3. That's camera 2. Whatever it is will be right over in here. So it was outside the view of camera 3, so camera 3 didn't catch it. But camera 4 did catch it. Mainly because those two were actually looking directly at each other. They both had the same field of view. So that explains why camera 4 was able to catch it. I'm not going to show you where it is, but just watch the screen and tell me if you see it. See it?
Right here?
Look right in.
Oh, okay.
Look right in line with camera 2 right there. Did you see it? Did you see it?
Not quite sure.
Right here, right there, where camera 2 light is. See it?
I saw something. There is something there.
Whatever it is, you can see right through it and see the light of camera 2 right there.
There is something there. I don't know what it is.
Oh,
See it?
Saw it?
yep. You gotta look right into that light.
Right. It's totally transparent, whatever it is. You can see the light of camera 2 right through it.
Right there.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's what camera 2 caught.
Yeah,
From
that,
the opposite
yeah.
from the opposite direction.
That's
So-
the-
okay, so you already know somebody out there somewhere is probably gonna call into question and say, how come this thing appears directly in line with the light of camera 2 when you look at it from camera 4? When you look at it from camera 2, it doesn't seem to be anywhere near the light of camera 4. So we're going to take a look at this map right here. Not really a map, it's more of a diagram. This is the basic outline of the cemetery. So you'll see camera 1 located down in the lower left-hand corner. Camera 2 is up in the upper left-hand side, a little further away from the corner, but that's basically what it was. You'll notice camera 3 in the upper right corner, and camera 4 in the lower right corner. The red lines indicate the field of view for camera 1. The blue lines indicate the field of view for camera 2. yellow lines indicate the field of view from camera 3, and the purple lines indicate the field of view from camera 4. Notice the position of the object in question here. This is the position where our for lack of a better word, apparition appears. You'll notice the blue lines that indicate the field of view from camera 2. What's the one thing you notice about the field of view from camera 2? It does not capture directly the light coming from either camera 3 or camera 4. And what do you notice about camera 4? It catches the light directly from camera 2. Under ordinary circumstances, it also will cause light coming from camera 1, except that there was a lot of brush in the way, so that's why camera 1 was kind of outside the view of camera 4 because there was so many trees and brush in the way. But look at the position of our apparition here. This perfectly explains why our apparition appears in the position that it does in camera 2 and the position it appears in camera 4. So there you have it. It's basic geometry, basically. There's nothing else really I can say about it. Except, there it is.
Definitely something there.
Yes, it
I see that. You
is.
gotta look right
Yeah,
into
you
that
do.
light, and you
You
can
do.
see it merge into that light.
Right.
But you can still see through it.
Yeah.
Yep.
My thinking is, I think we call it apparition.
Wow.
So it basically backs up the photo you caught back in
Yeah.
2019.
Yep, sure does. That's nice. I like
So
that.
we got that.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that was cool.
We
I
should
wouldn't
do
mind
this
seeing
then.
that again.
And
Yeah.
when I give the disc to you next time, I want to include this clip right here. This is the full 10-minute clip right here. It shows both the apparition right there in the light, but it also shows our little dude poking his tail in and out of the camera frame because they were literally minutes apart from each other.
Oh my gosh.
This is the full 10-minute clip that shows both of them. So you're going to see our mousy friend flicking his tail in front of the camera. Let's see. First thing you're going to see is
Oh, right there. It just
Yeah.
went.
there's our apparition. But then later you're going to see our mousy friend flicking
Yep.
his tail.
There's his
Yeah.
tail.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
that was a good one.
Very
Okay.
good one.
Wish I could get that on the phone. I'd be showing people that.
Okay, so that's basically everything we got from the cemetery. So basically, there's no doubt about it. That place has definitely got something in it.
Yes, it
Yeah,
does. I wouldn't
agree.
mind going back.
Again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was not
Yeah,
that.
that wasn't bad at all.
I know.
Yeah, and we got a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
And
we
thank
did.
God for you and your generator. I swear.
Oh
We
man,
never-
we're gonna use that
There
all
ain't
the time.
there ain't no way we'd have ever caught none of this.
Right, and
It wasn't for
we
that
that
generator.
opens doors for us to do different stuff
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know.